Got a lot of moving elements. Hello, everybody. Welcome. This is Karen Kane joining you on a Friday evening. Hopefully, all moving elements are happening because it's Friday. I wanted to really start sharing on Fridays because, as a recovered alcoholic, Fridays were like the highlight of the week because of Fridays. If you didn't work Saturday, you could go all out, just go all out. And I've got two cameras going on, so I'm actually going to focus on the YouTube one over here. But hi, Instagrammers. Thank you for being here. I'm going to wave to you. Okay. So Friday night. Hey guys, my name is Karen Kane. I am also recording a podcast. I renamed my podcast called Sovereign Sobriety. So no, my focus is really on helping people with getting sober and staying sober, but not just that. Being like vibrant and healthy and enthusiastic about life and really going after their dreams and not let me think. Okay, so one of the reasons why, why did I drink? Okay, why did I drink? I drank for multiple reasons, but one of the reasons why I drank was because I wasn't confident. I relied on that self ego, that self-confidence or false confidence. I'm sorry. Drinking equals false confidence, which so by the way, like now I'm 6 years sober. By the way, I'm a divorced mom. I am a certified religious science practitioner, certified Buddha yoga instructor, certified transformation coach. That all happened in 6 years of me being sober. And wow, like look what you can do when you have a clear mind where you do not have crazy brain, fog brain, like misconception and low vibe. That's what can happen. Okay? So, why did I drink? Because I had no inspiration. I had no guidance. After, I guess, toward the end, like toward high school, I didn't have any spirituality. I had lost my touch with believing that, trust the universe. I didn't believe in anything anymore. And that was by choice, just because of the way my path took me to where I was. There is no accidents, no coincidences. I am grateful for my life today because had that not played out the way that it did, I wouldn't be sharing this story, this version of the story to you in the same way if it hadn't played out. Okay, so Friday nights, I would go to the liquor store and I would be ready. It was game on, game on. And when I was younger, it was like big time party. And then, I could do and be whatever I wanted to be under the influence, again, the false confidence. And one of the things, one of my the things that I've been working on healing is confidence, self-love, confidence, and learning to like myself, love myself, and stepping into my own power, not listening to other people, and just being who I am, and not being afraid. Like I have this zit on my nose today. Okay. Like I am fully embracing, like, okay, I got a zit on the tip of my nose. And I think growing up, that would have just been like, I would have been just so mortified because I was afraid of being judged. So because I was afraid of being judged or put down or made to be felt less than, I was always like reaching to outside sources to like numb those thoughts, or that oh, I'm not worthy. So all of these things just like layered upon layers and years. I started drinking when I was 15, and I didn't stop until this time around, even though this is not my first time rodeo. But this time around, I did things differently. I also did it for yeah, I did things a lot differently. And it's been a journey, like not my first time rodeo. So why did I stop drinking? Why did I stop drinking? So I'm going to like just tell you and share with you my opinion of, how it worked for me, because I mean everybody's on their own journey and it's going to be different, even though it could be similar. So in AA, you share your experience, strength, and hope. And then, if there's a speaker at a meeting and they have a similar story, and you just walked into an AA meeting for the first time, or maybe, you're new to AA and you hear this person talking and sharing their experience, okay, like the crazy shit they did, you know, when they were active addiction, and then experience like how did they navigate to get from that crazy into okay, the hope. I'm sober this long, and this is where I'm at right now, and how the life has changed like a 180, or maybe it's not a 180, but for me, my life changed a 180. So when I share, I'm sharing my story, my opinion, and the way that I did things for me. So take what you want and leave whatever else behind, but also ask questions. I'm seriously always here. I want to help people, okay? Because yeah, okay, like I was writing down, okay, I was sober one time for almost a year. Like I almost made it a year. And the second time, I was like 8 months. I couldn't get to that 1 year mark. It was like I was almost afraid to get to that 1 year, or like I don't know what it was. Um I wasn't there yet, or I didn't have the proper tools or support to get to that next level. Like 1 year is a big deal of sobriety, right? You hit 1 year and you've done some work. At least I hope so. I hope so. It's pretty inevitable. Like if you get 1 year of sobriety, you've done some good stuff. It's definitely unless you like white knuckled and you're like, I freaking need a drink and I hate this and this sucks. Okay, sorry, I'm banging on the table and the computer and the phone are on the table. But okay. So I could tell you guys stories like out of the wazoo. Like we could just it could be hours on end where I could tell you some just crazy stuff that I used to do. Okay, but why stop drinking? Like, why stop drinking? Okay, well, in my opinion, I was killing myself for sure. I remember at one point, I remember when I was actually trying not to drink, I was getting like sick from not drinking. And I remember, like at the time, my husband and when I was married, I remember we were kind of like splitting up, and I just remember trying to stop drinking. And I remember like going down to him, and it was like late at night, and I was like having like I was like freaking out. I thought I was like dying. Um, but it turns out that wasn't enough to like, stop me. I just continued drinking. So I was killing myself. I've had high blood pressure since I was like like early 20s. Definitely like worse with the alcohol. And I was emotionally unavailable. So because I was emotionally unavailable, I attracted emotionally unavailable people. And so, did I have nurturing, loving, supportive relationships? No, I didn't, because I was an emotionally unavailable. I really was. Why stop drinking? So if any of us resonates with you, these are things to think about. Like, why do you want to stop drinking? Not because someone tells you to, even though I tried that a couple times. The first two reasons, actually, the first two times I did do those 2 rounds, they weren't for the right reasons. It wasn't for me. It was not for the right reasons. It was like, well, you're getting divorced and you want to make sure, like you get custody of your child, so you need to stop drinking. So, I mean, not that that is a good reason, yes, but that wasn't a long enough reason, like extended reasons. Because guess what? The night that my divorce went through, um, I drank with my dad champagne. Like, all right. And then the second time, yeah, I just wasn't there. Okay. I took zero responsibility for my own actions. So I took zero responsibility for my own actions. So why stop drinking? Because I want to take responsibility. I want to be a responsible human. I want to be a responsible employee or employer, whatever it may be. I want to be a responsible person out in the public, and I want to be a responsible mom because I wasn't. And take responsibility for my own actions. So instead of blaming everything, like, oh well, that happened because of this, or that happened because of that, and this person did that, and this person, honestly, I want to talk about what just recently happened to me, because we don't know what anyone's going through, and it's hard to say pinpoint like it's specifically alcohol related. But I've had 2 people recently kind of like leave my life or had some issues with them, and I'm thinking like, wow, one of the things that the next thing I was going to say is I didn't remember anything. I didn't remember anything that happened. Like literally don't remember it. And I lived my life in a blackout, you know? Um it's so strange. Like, can you imagine like just not remembering anything? Yeah. Yep. Yep. So I recently had yesterday, and I almost feel like this should be a separate live. But drinking too much and not being clear-headed is very low vibration. And low vibration is going to attract low vibration. But somebody at a different level of that, like myself. So if somebody like comes in with a freaking like they want to already like fight with that low vibrational energy, toxic low vibrational energy, and someone like myself who's higher vibrational energy is gonna like just put that out like and protect um protect their peace. Like somebody with a higher level of energy than lower, it's like almost, it's crazy. It's hard to explain. I don't know if I'm really like making this clear, but if you have confrontation and you've got somebody who, for example, is like doesn't drink, do drugs or alcohol or anything, and then you got somebody who does, and there's a confrontation, it's not going to end well. It's not. It's just not. It's just not. So I can relate to having experiences, and a lot of people who have blocked me because, and I know this, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, oh yeah, okay. So one point that person blocked me and they were still in active addiction. This person blocked me because, and they're still drinking. And now this recent experience I had with somebody, it was like attacking my character when I did nothing wrong. And I'm thinking, wow, wait, do they drink? Because I didn't know this person that well. And I'm like, what if what if they drink? And I'm not really aware of it. And what if that was like the alcohol talking to me, trying to judge my character when it's actually something going on with them. And that's the other thing, is like when somebody's judging you and telling you you're like, who are, like, somebody was like, this was yesterday, literally yesterday, somebody said, who are you? Where's the sweet Karen that I know? And I'm like, if you start to mess with my inner peace and start judging me, and you start pointing fingers like I'm the bad guy when I did nothing wrong, this sweet Karen is gonna stick up for herself in her high vibe, I'm connected with God's source energy, and freaking like put out the warrior, like bring out the weapons, like the weapons of God and the universe and the light. Yes, light workers. So, sorry, not sorry, but if you're gonna attack me out of this low vibe, possibly, alcohol brain, yeah, I'm gonna just. And here's the thing: is I can remember when I was in active addiction, and people, like family members, would say things to me, I would get totally offended, pissed off, and I wouldn't talk to them for a long time because my ego could not handle it. My ego was like, they're assholes and they're judging me, and they don't, and I wasn't able to like share that I'm like a drinker and I'm not in my right frame of mind. And that's why that we have the steps, right? The 12 steps. So if you go to AA and you do your 12 steps, you got to make amends, because guess what? You're a freaking asshole to a lot of people, and you owe a lot of apologies. And the first one you want to apologize to is yourself, because you treated yourself that way and you did not have enough love within and respect to, you didn't care about yourself. No love, no self-worth, and it's just so bleh. It's yucky. And so why stop drinking? Well, couple of other things. I was a drunk mom. Like, I wasn't, really playing like being safe, and I wasn't fully present. So emotionally unavailable for myself created like emotionally unavailable for, like my people around me, and one being my son. So I that's horrible. Thank God my son was only, he was 11, but I mean, at least it was enough time to, before he got into the teenage years, to really like, I got my shit together by the time he was like, starting to go to middle school and now high school. So and why stop drinking? I was dangerous to myself, and I was dangerous to others. I would burn myself like cooking. I would cut myself. Like, I would just, I would fall. I mean, like, oh my gosh. I mean, war stories. I have some good stories. I need to write a book. I should write a book because I've got some crazy stories. I could tell you some crazy stories. So, yeah, Embarrassing. I was embarrassing to myself, but I didn't know it because I was always drunk. But I was embarrassing to those people who loved me, who cared about me, that were around me. And, um, you know, eventually it got so bad that, I wouldn't be invited anywhere. I the second time I got sober for like 8 months, I got sober because I was a real embarrassment to my family, to my son. I showed up to my son's um baptism. Wait, was his baptism? Or yeah, yeah, I think it was his baptism. Was it his baptism? Oh my god. Um like I barely made it there. I showed up wasted from the night before. I mean, like, it was a mess. I was a mess. So I could tell you some stories. Whew, not proud, which is why I had to change my story, do a 180, and here I am today. I am full of love. I am full of light. I just want to help people because I know where I was. And being a divorced mom, it's hard. It's hard. And breathe. Yeah. So life today is pretty amazing. I live my life in full faith, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop because I know that you're never alone. We're never alone. God is always within us, but also with AA and, like in that active addiction, um, Ego is the Enemy. It's one of my favorite books. Ego is the Enemy, by Ryan Holiday. Ego is the enemy. So when you can just suck it up and be humble and have humility and face your own demons, and then when you can share it with the world and not be embarrassed, because guess what? If you share, you can help people. Because living the way I used to live sucked. I used to brush my teeth and like throw up all the time. Actually, the dentist asked me about my teeth, like, kinda, like, rotting. He asked me if I had a, eating disorder because of, like, throwing up, and I was like, "Oh, this is probably why, because I used to, throw up all the time drinking." So I'm 51, and, I'm doing quite well. I'm happy, joyful, um, I'm free. I'm free. I am no longer chained to, any uh, bottle or toxic relationship. So happy tears, happy tears. Experience strength and hope. Aw, thanks, Travis. Yeah. No dwelling on the past. Nope. But, you know, um, being vulnerable and real helps others do that because people wear masks. The guy I was, seeing, or yeah, like the person who um I just had a conflict with yesterday. It was a woman. And she was like, "Where's the sweet Karen?" She's wearing a mask and she's not being true to herself. Alcohol will do that to you. You become somebody else in this world, outside world, and then like you got all this other shit going on because you're not working on your inside. Beauty is created from the inside out. And you could do all this outside shit and then still be an alcoholic or drug addict or have like whatever problems you have. And if you're not doing the inner work, you're not going to be happy. You're not. Cool. Love you guys. Thank you for being here. So why stop drinking? I hope I gave you some reasons and some hope that you don't have to ever live that way and you don't ever have to pick up a drink because it's not serving you. It's super low vibe, low vibe, low vibe, low vibe. And I tell you what, being high vibe is freaking amazing. Like rocket. So trust the process, TTP, trust the universe. These are my shirts. You can get these on my website. And God bless. Sending you lots of love on this Friday Eve. And nope, you don't get drunk if you don't pick up a drink. You don't get drunk if you don't pick up a drink. And life is way better sober. Trust me on this. That I will not lie. That I will not lie to you. Sharing experience, strength, and hope. Check out my podcast, Sovereign Sobriety. And I'll talk to you guys soon. If you liked this content, so this is I'm talking to YouTube right now over here. If you like this content, definitely comment anything you'd like to have me share on, and click the bell, subscribe, and click the bell to receive notifications when I upload or go live. All right. Thank you. I'll see you guys soon. Bye. Thank you. Peace, love. Namaste. Bye.